Happy Sunday, Professor Easley. I hope you're doing well. If you don't like that I'm emailing you these videos, I can try to do it a different way, but this is just the best way that I know how to do it right now. I'm just going to get right to it, and I think I want to switch up the order of all of the elements of the project, or of the weekly assignment, I guess. I want to start out with the poetic elements, just because I like poetry and that's kind of my favorite thing. The poetic elements that we see in Isaiah 15, that's what I'm covering, if I didn't already say that, are hyperbole, personification, and allusion. Hyperbole appears in verse 3 when it says, "In the streets they wear sackcloth, on the housetops and in the squares, everyone wails and melts in tears." Now, we know that everyone doesn't literally do this, but a hyperbole is intended to convey something that is an over-exaggeration, but it lets us know how desperate they are in their sorrow. And personification shows up in verse 4, verse 5, and verse 8. Verse 4, it says, "Heshbon and Elealeh, not sure how to pronounce that, cry out. Their voice is heard as far as Jahaz. Therefore the armed men of Moab cry aloud, his soul trembles." So we know that these countries, or that these places don't actually cry out and they don't have a voice, but the people in these places are overcome with sorrow. Verse 5 says, "My heart cries out for Moab. Her fugitives flee to Zor, to Eglath," and don't know how to say that next word. But he says that his heart cries out. Well, we know that his heart is not crying, but that he just, again, feels just such heavy sorrow. This chapter is so sad. And verse 8 says, "For a cry has gone around the land of Moab. Her wailing reaches to Eglaim. Her wailing reaches to Beer-lim." And it gives a female gender to Moab, to give it more of a personal touch, to help the reader connect with it more. But those are the poetic elements introduced in Isaiah 15.